Chosen one, listen closely, because what I'm about to say is not random, and it is not for everyone. If these words have reached you today, it means heaven has already moved on your behalf. God is activating a gift inside you that has been sleeping for years. You may not see it yet, but the shift has already begun. Your spirit can feel it. Something powerful is waking up. Every battle you survived, every silent tear you cried, every moment you kept going when others would have given up, it was preparing you for this exact moment. God is saying, rise. Your gift is ready. From today, doors that were locked will start opening, ideas will flow, and your inner strength will activate like fire. This message is your confirmation. Before we go deeper, do 3 things to align yourself with God's energy. Like this video, comment, "Thank you, God, for awakening my gift," and subscribe to send your signal to the universe. Your activation starts now. Your spirit just woke up to a new level. Lately, you may have felt something shifting inside you, something you can't describe in simple words. It's not anxiety, it's not confusion, and it's not stress. It's a spiritual awakening. Your spirit has stepped into a new level, even if your mind is still trying to catch up. You're noticing small things more deeply, you're becoming sensitive to people's energy, and your heart reacts differently to situations that never bothered you before. This isn't a coincidence. This happens when God activates a gift inside you. You may not realize it, but your thinking has quietly evolved. You don't get pulled into drama the same way you used to. You don't have the patience for people who drain your energy. Your soul is rejecting low vibrations because you no longer belong to that level. Some conversations feel boring. Some friendships feel heavy. Some habits feel old. And even though you didn't force any of this, you still feel it happening. That's the sign that your spirit has outgrown your old environment. You're not the same person you were even a few months ago. God is waking you up from the inside first, because the outside world is about to change for you. Before a blessing comes, God upgrades the person who will receive it. So if you're thinking differently, feeling differently, or looking at life with a new perspective, it means your blessing is already on the way. Your intuition is becoming sharper too. You may suddenly know when something feels wrong or when something feels right. You might get clear thoughts, sudden insights, or strong gut feelings that you didn't have before. This is God's way of guiding you. And maybe you've noticed a new inner strength rising within you. Even when life feels uncertain, something inside you stays calm. Even when things around you fall apart, a quiet voice whispers, "You will be okay." That voice is your spirit stepping into maturity. You're becoming someone who doesn't break easily, someone who doesn't give up quickly, someone who is rooted, grounded, and steady. This is spiritual growth happening quietly under the surface. You may also feel disconnected from things you used to love. Old interests don't excite you. Old patterns don't fit you. Old fears don't scare you the same way. You're not losing yourself. You're outgrowing the version of you that struggled. And that is a powerful sign of awakening. Most importantly, you're beginning to understand your own worth. You're no longer begging for attention, forcing relationships, or lowering your standards. You're learning to walk away from situations that disturb your peace. That's growth. That's alignment. That's your spirit saying, "I was not born to stay small." This new chapter requires a new version of you, and God has awakened that version. You didn't ask for it. You didn't expect it, but you were chosen for it. Your spirit has unlocked a higher level, and from this point forward, nothing in your life will remain the same. This is the beginning of your rise. God has removed what was blocking your gift. Sometimes, when people leave your life or certain situations fall apart, it feels painful and confusing. You wonder, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? But the truth is, not everything that leaves your life is meant to stay, and not everything that ends is a loss. When God sees that something or someone is blocking your growth, He steps in quietly and removes it, even if you don't understand it in the moment. This isn't punishment. This is protection. You may have noticed certain people distancing themselves or behaving differently. Some friendships faded without any argument. Some connections broke without explanation. It might have hurt at first, but looking back, you can see that those people were not meant to go with you into your next chapter. Their energy didn't align with your calling. Their intentions weren't pure. Their presence was slowing your spiritual development. God watched what you couldn't see, so He moved them out of your path before they could damage your gift. Some plans you were excited about didn't work out. Doors you prayed for didn't open. Opportunities you thought were perfect slipped away suddenly. At that time, it felt unfair. But now, you're beginning to realize something bigger. God kept you from settling for less than what He prepared for you. Sometimes the delay is not rejection. It's protection from something that would have drained your spirit or wasted your time. God does not let you lose anything that is meant for your destiny. Your gift is sacred. It needs peace, clarity, and the right environment to grow. And God knows that your blessing cannot bloom in toxic soil. He cannot bless you in a place where you're surrounded by jealousy, negativity, manipulation, or constant chaos. So He gently disconnects you from people and situations that drain your energy, even if you try to hold on. When God removes someone, no amount of holding on can make them stay. And when God protects you from something, no amount of effort can force it to work. Think about the times you felt lonely recently. That loneliness wasn't empty. It was God cleaning the room before the blessing walked in. He had to clear the noise so you could hear His direction. He had to remove distractions so your focus could return. He had to separate you from certain people so that they wouldn't take advantage of the miracle He's bringing into your life. You didn't lose anything. You were rescued. Everything that left your life was part of a bigger plan, one you couldn't see yet. God is clearing out the old to make space for something better, something aligned, something blessed, something chosen specifically for you. And when the new blessing arrives, you will look back and say, "Now I understand why that had to go." God didn't take anything from you. He made room for what is coming. And what's coming is greater than what left. Your pain was training, not punishment. There are moments in life when the pain feels unbearable. You wonder why you had to go through heartbreak, why people you trusted betrayed you, why you had to walk alone, why things kept falling apart, no matter how hard you tried. At times, it felt like life was pushing you down, again and again. But what you didn't know back then is something you're finally beginning to understand now. None of that pain was meant to destroy you. Every struggle you faced was shaping the strength that you need for the life God is preparing for you. It's easy to think God was punishing you. It's easy to feel forgotten. But the truth is, God was training you when you thought you were being torn apart. Think about it. Your resilience today didn't come from comfort. Your wisdom didn't come from easy days. Your maturity didn't come from everything going smoothly. It came from the battles you had to fight, the nights you cried, and the storms you survived even when you had no strength left. Your pain was the fire that forged your spirit. Every heartbreak taught you something about love, boundaries, and self-worth. It taught you to stop settling, to stop giving your heart to people who didn't value it, and to trust your intuition more than empty promises. That pain didn't close your heart, it refined it. Every betrayal made you more aware of who truly deserves your loyalty. It sharpened your ability to read people. It taught you not to give access to everyone. It taught you that not everyone who smiles at you has pure intentions. Without betrayal, you wouldn't have the discernment you have today. Every struggle, whether emotional, financial, or spiritual, showed you your own strength. You survived situations that once terrified you. You handled things you never thought you could manage. You became more stable, more grounded, more responsible. Not because life was easy, but because life demanded growth from you. And you delivered. Loneliness played a role too. Those moments when you felt completely on your own were meant to teach you how powerful you are, even without external support. Those silent seasons were when God worked on you the most. When no one was clapping for you, God was molding you. When no one was standing with you, God was standing in front of you, guiding your steps. Nothing was wasted. Every tear watered the soil of your gift. Every disappointment redirected you. Every delay taught you patience. Every lesson built character. God was developing the version of you that could handle the blessing He's bringing. You are not ordinary, you are chosen. And chosen people are trained differently. Now the preparation is complete. God is unlocking the gift that was buried deep inside you. The strength, the clarity, the wisdom, the resilience, all of it was born from your pain. What once felt like destruction was actually construction. You weren't breaking, you were becoming. This is the moment everything starts making sense. Your discernment is becoming stronger. One of the clearest signs that God is activating your gift is when your ability to see the truth becomes sharper. Lately, you may have noticed yourself paying attention to things you never cared about before. You observe people differently. You catch small signs, small changes in tone, small shifts in energy. You sense when someone isn't being genuine, even if they pretend well. This is not overthinking, and it is definitely not anxiety. This is spiritual discernment, waking up inside you. Maybe earlier, you overlooked red flags because you wanted to see the good in everyone. You trusted too quickly and gave people more chances than they deserved. You ignored your inner voice because you thought you were just being too sensitive. But now, something has changed. Your spirit warns you faster. You feel uncomfortable around certain people even when they haven't done anything openly wrong. You feel a heaviness in your chest or an uneasiness in your mind when someone's intentions don't match their words. That feeling is not random. It's guidance. God sharpens your discernment when He knows your next chapter requires wisdom. You can't carry the same trusting, innocent, unaware version of yourself into a place where your purpose is bigger. So God begins to show you things you didn't want to see before. You start seeing who is real and who is pretending. You can sense when someone is jealous, even if they are smiling. You can feel when someone is using you, even if they are being nice. You can tell when someone is trying to manipulate you, even if they are pretending to help. This clarity is a blessing, even though it sometimes feels uncomfortable. When you see the truth about people, it can hurt at first, but it also sets you free. It saves you from heartbreaks that haven't happened yet. It protects you from being fooled. It helps you make decisions that honor your peace, not your loneliness. You may also notice that you're becoming quiet around certain people without knowing why. Your spirit is withdrawing because their energy doesn't match your growth. This is how discernment works. It guides you without needing explanations. Sometimes God will make you feel tired around the wrong people and peaceful around the right ones. That inner feeling is His way of leading you. Another part of discernment is recognizing situations differently. Things you once tolerated now feel wrong. Environments that once felt normal now feel draining. You sense when something is off, and you no longer try to ignore it. Your gift is helping you read energy more than words. You trust your instincts more than excuses. You allow actions to speak louder than promises. This upgrade in your spiritual senses is not accidental. God is preparing you for blessings that require maturity and protection. He is showing you the truth so you won't be blindsided later. You're not becoming cold, you're becoming wiser. You're not pushing people away. You're protecting your spirit. This new clarity is a sign that your gift is activating. And soon, you will thank God for every truth He revealed. Your eyes are opening, your spirit is alert, and your discernment is becoming one of your greatest strengths. Your voice, talent, or calling will start becoming clear. There comes a time in everyone's life when they start questioning who they truly are and what they are meant to do. You've experienced this confusion for years. You kept wondering, what is my purpose? What am I here for? What exactly is my gift? And no matter how much you tried to think your way into clarity, the answers never came. It wasn't because you lacked talent or direction. It was because the season for your calling had not arrived yet. Purpose reveals itself only when your soul is ready. But now, something is changing inside you. Your mind feels clearer. Your heart feels lighter. Ideas come to you unexpectedly, sometimes early in the morning, sometimes late at night, sometimes in the middle of your routine. These ideas are not random thoughts. They are divine instructions. Your creativity, which felt blocked for so long, is slowly returning. You may feel excited about things that once felt dull. You may feel inspired to try something new or revisit something old that you had abandoned. This is God nudging you toward the path meant for you. You might notice that certain activities energize you deeply. Maybe you feel alive when you talk, create, teach, help, lead, write, build, design, or share. That spark you feel is not an accident. It is your gift, responding to its moment. When God activates a gift, He awakens the desire to use it. You begin to feel pulled toward a specific direction. You sense that something is calling your name, even if you can't explain it to others. What once felt confusing is becoming clearer. You begin recognizing what makes you unique, what you're naturally good at, and what feels meaningful to your spirit. Your calling always reveals itself through alignment. You feel at peace when you move toward it, and restless when you move away from it. That peaceful pull you're feeling now is a sign of purpose. And here's the beautiful part. You no longer feel afraid to think bigger. Earlier, even when dreams came to your mind, you doubted yourself. You thought you weren't ready, weren't good enough, or weren't capable. But now, your confidence is rising. You're starting to believe, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is meant for me. Maybe this is who I'm supposed to become. That shift in thinking is God opening the door to your calling. You may also notice new opportunities related to your gift suddenly appearing. Someone might encourage you. A new platform might open. A chance to learn something may come your way, or a situation may push you toward a direction you had never considered seriously. These are not coincidences. They are divine setups to help you step into your purpose. Your calling doesn't shout. It whispers. It nudges. It grows quietly inside you until it becomes too clear to ignore. And right now, your gift is doing exactly that. The fog is lifting. The confusion is fading. The pieces are coming together. Your purpose is finally stepping out of the shadows and into the light. Doors will open without force or struggle. One of the most beautiful signs that God is activating your gift is when the doors of life begin to open without the pushing, stressing, or chasing you once thought was necessary. For a long time, you felt like you had to force everything. Force opportunities, force connections, force progress, force stability. You tried to make things work by your own strength, and often it left you drained, disappointed, or doubting yourself. But now, something is shifting. When God steps in, effort turns into ease, and struggle turns into flow. You will start to see things lining up in ways you never imagined possible. People you needed to meet will show up without you seeking them out. Support will come from unexpected places. Doors that were tightly shut for years will suddenly unlock. Something that used to feel impossible, like a breakthrough, a chance, a change, starts feeling reachable, even natural. That's not luck. That's alignment. Divine alignment means the universe begins working with you, not against you. You no longer have to chase situations that are meant for you. You no longer have to beg for attention, approval, or opportunities. When God's hand is on your gift, the right opportunities seek you. They become drawn to your energy, your purpose, and your spirit. Your presence starts opening doors before you even knock. This is because your timing is finally matching God's timing. Before this moment, you were ready in your mind, but not in your spirit. You were prepared for the blessing, but the blessing wasn't scheduled for that version of you. Now that you've grown, healed, and stepped into a higher level of clarity, the blessing recognizes you. Doors open when the person behind the door is ready to walk through them. You may also notice that situations that once frustrated you suddenly become smooth. Processes that once felt heavy become lighter. Delays that once irritated you start making sense. You're no longer fighting your destiny. You're flowing with it. When God activates your gift, the struggles don't disappear overnight, but the resistance does. You stop feeling like you're swimming upstream. Instead, you begin to ride the current. The most surprising part is that you'll start receiving things you didn't even ask for. Opportunities you never applied for, people who want to help you, resources you didn't know were available. This is how God shows you that you're not walking alone. He hand delivers what belongs to you, because your path is now aligned with His plan. You may even look back and wonder, why did I try so hard before? Why was everything so difficult? The answer is simple. Those weren't your doors. But the doors meant for you will never require you to lose yourself, compromise your worth, or suffer endlessly just to enter. God doesn't bless you through exhaustion. He blesses you through alignment. When the right door opens, you won't have to push it. It will open gently, naturally, and at the perfect time, just for you. Your confidence will rise without any logical reason. One of the clearest signs that God is activating your gift is the sudden rise in confidence that seems to appear from nowhere. For a long time, you doubted yourself. You questioned your worth, your decisions, your ideas, and even your ability to move forward. You felt small in rooms where you should have stood tall. You let fear control your choices. But now, something inside you is changing. You feel a new boldness growing within you, a strength that doesn't come from your mind, but from your spirit. This confidence is not loud or arrogant. It doesn't push or force. It rises quietly, like light entering a dark room. You start waking up with more clarity. You make decisions with less hesitation. You speak with more certainty. And you stand with more stability. Even if nothing in your external life has changed yet, your internal world feels different. That is God preparing you for the next chapter. Things that once scared you, rejection, failure, judgment, starting over, don't have the same power over you now. You look at challenges differently. Instead of thinking, what if this goes wrong? You start thinking, what if this is exactly what I'm meant to do? That mindset shift is spiritual. It's God whispering, move. You are ready now. You may not even be able to explain this new confidence to people around you. They might wonder why you're suddenly acting so sure of yourself, why you're making bold choices, or why you're stepping into roles you once avoided. But this confidence isn't meant for them to understand. It's meant for you to walk into your destiny. This rise in confidence also comes from all the pain, lessons and growth you've been through. You've survived enough storms to know you are stronger than you thought. You've healed wounds that once broke you. You've walked through darkness and still found your way. That kind of resilience naturally builds confidence. You begin to trust yourself more. You stop second-guessing your intuition. You start believing that you deserve good things. Most importantly, this confidence is spiritual, not ego-based. Ego says, I can do this because I'm better than others. But spiritual confidence says, I can do this because God is guiding me. This type of confidence is grounded in purpose. It doesn't get shaken by opinions, competition, or negativity. It's rooted in something deeper, your calling. You may even notice how peaceful this confidence feels. It's not loud, it's not aggressive, it's calm and steady, yet powerful. It feels like a quiet knowing that your life is shifting in the right direction, that you are being prepared for opportunities you once felt unqualified for, and that your spirit is ready for the blessings God has already released for you. This confidence is the doorway to your next level. It is the energy that helps you walk into places you once feared. It is the strength that pushes you forward even when you don't fully understand where you're going. It is God's reminder that you are chosen, equipped, and capable. Attacks may increase because you're becoming powerful. One thing people rarely talk about is how spiritual attacks often increase right before a major breakthrough. When God activates a gift inside you, you don't just shine brighter. Your energy becomes stronger, your presence becomes heavier, and your purpose becomes louder. And when that happens, darkness takes notice. The attacks you're facing are not happening because you're weak. They are happening because you're becoming too powerful to ignore. You may have noticed random negativity showing up out of nowhere. People acting suspicious, sudden arguments, misunderstandings, or people trying to provoke you. Some may start gossiping, competing, or showing jealousy even if you never did anything to them. These reactions are not really about you. They are triggered by the spiritual strength you're stepping into. When your energy rises, insecure people feel threatened automatically. You might feel sudden waves of heaviness, mood swings, or emotional stress without any logical reason. You may feel drained around certain people. You may notice that your peace is being targeted. This is not your imagination. It's spiritual turbulence. Your spirit is climbing to a higher level, but the old energy around you is trying to pull you back. That tension is a sign of transition. Another type of attack comes through discouragement. You might suddenly feel doubt, fear, or confusion. You might question yourself, your path, or your purpose. That is because the enemy knows He cannot destroy you physically, so he tries to weaken you mentally. But here's the truth. He wouldn't bother attacking you if you weren't rising. The enemy only fights what he fears will succeed. Look back at your life. Notice how the attacks increased right when you started growing, healing, or stepping into something new. That is spiritual proof that you're moving in the right direction. Pressure always comes before promotion. It's like an airplane. Right before it takes off, the engine gets louder, the pressure increases, and everything shakes. The turbulence doesn't mean the plane is going down. It means it's lifting off. The same applies to your life right now. The shaking you're experiencing is not a sign of destruction. It's a sign of elevation. Your spirit is getting stronger. Your intuition is becoming sharper. Your purpose is becoming clearer. And your energy is rising higher than the attacks coming at you. You'll also notice that things or people that once bothered you don't hold the same power over you anymore. That's another reason darkness tries harder. It's losing control. You're no longer reacting the same way. You're not as easily manipulated. You're not as emotionally fragile. That spiritual stability threatens negative energy. The good news is this: no attack can stop what God has already activated in you. The pressure is temporary, but the promotion is permanent. The storm is loud, but it cannot break you. The opposition is real, but so is your anointing. So if you're facing sudden negativity or unexpected challenges, don't panic. Recognize it as confirmation. Something big is coming. Your next level is near. Your spirit is rising. The attacks are not proof that God abandoned you. They are proof that you're stepping into a level that darkness hoped you'd never reach. The universe will start aligning everything for your next chapter. When God activates a gift inside you, the universe responds instantly. It's like your entire life shifts into a new rhythm. Things that once felt stuck begin to move. Opportunities that felt distant start coming closer. Paths you were afraid to walk suddenly feel like the right direction. This shift is not your imagination. It's alignment. It is the moment your inner transformation begins shaping your outer reality. You may notice that certain people start appearing in your life almost magically. You meet someone who gives you advice that changes your perspective. You receive a message at the perfect moment, something that feels like a sign. You cross paths with people who want to support you, guide you, or open doors for you. These encounters are divine appointments, not coincidences. When you're aligned, the universe arranges the right people for your purpose. Unexpected opportunities will also start showing up. A job offer you didn't think you'd get, a conversation that leads to something meaningful, a chance to try something new, a moment where someone believes in you more than you believed in yourself. These moments happen because your energy is now matching the frequency of the blessing you've been waiting for. You'll also feel a stronger sense of guidance. Instead of confusion, you feel clarity. Instead of fear, you feel a quiet courage. Instead of overthinking everything, you feel a natural pull toward what's right for you. This is how destiny works. It doesn't force you, it guides you. You may not know every step, but you'll feel each next step clearly. Something inside your heart begins to whisper, "Go this way." And when you follow that voice, life starts to flow with less resistance. Peace will become one of the biggest signs of alignment. Not the peace that comes from having no problems, but the peace that comes from knowing you're on the right path. Even in the middle of uncertainty, something inside you feels calm. Even when you don't have all the answers, something inside you feels supported. That peace is the universe holding your hand and saying, "You're safe. Keep moving." Blessings also start arriving more quickly. You might receive sudden breakthroughs, financial surprises, emotional healing, spiritual epiphanies, or opportunities you didn't even pray for. This acceleration happens because once your gift activates, the universe removes delays. What was once blocked begins to open. What was once hard becomes easier. What was once slow becomes fast. This is divine acceleration. Most importantly, you begin to feel connected to something bigger than your own efforts. You can sense that your life is being orchestrated by a higher power. You feel guided, supported, and protected. You feel like you're being carried toward your purpose, not pushed. You know that what is unfolding in your life now is not random. It's destiny in motion. Your gift has awakened. Your energy has shifted. And now, the universe is aligning everything for your next chapter. Every step you take will lead somewhere meaningful. Every person you meet will have a purpose. Every change you experience will push you closer to the life you were always meant to live. This is the beginning of a new season, a season where alignment replaces struggle and destiny replaces doubt. Your next chapter is already unfolding.